All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 4 p.m. West Coast time. We are looking at 1 p.m. Hawaii time, 7 p.m. on that East Coast, maybe 6 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter. This is Chatter with Statter, and we're already running behind schedule. So yeah, that's just how that's going to work today, I guess. All right then. Okay, so looks like we have got a house coming in. We are full with Elaine, with Poppy Shaney, Darlene, Picola T. Let's see here. We've got Marmac. We've got Elaine again. Let's see here. Oh my goodness gracious. And of course, Rick coming in, letting us know that it is a 1080p day. All right, so glancing through things and stuff, I see that there's potential for maybe some YouTube shenanigans. So let's see if we can figure out our YouTube shenanigans. All right, it looks as though YouTube is up and running. And let me see here one more. All right, so I don't know if anybody is on YouTube, but I'm seeing all my Twitch chatter come through on the Restream bot. So hopefully, once we get some folks on the YouTube side of things, well then, we'll be able to see if those chats are coming through too. In the meantime, why don't we get the party started, shall we? All right then. All right, we are back. I am, let's see here, YouTube, checking in on the YouTube side here, says Rick. That's sort of what he's saying. Perfect, we got ourselves some YouTube chicken. That's right, we got ourselves some YouTube chicken, and it's working. All right, so I was busy doing work and stuff, and then I was busy setting up the stream, because today I thought we would take a deep dive into something that we all will have Picola T to blame for. So, if you end up craving a hamburger after this stream, don't blame me, you can blame Picola T. That's right. And here's the deal. I know that I won't be craving a hamburger after this stream, because last night when I was starting to get this stream put together, I was craving a hamburger so bad that this afternoon for lunch, I made sure I had one. So I'm all hamburgered out, but you guys are about to get your fill, because Picola T many months ago mentioned, long time ago, many months ago mentioned that she and her husband were going to do a burger ranking of a lot of the burgers on Oahu. Now, obviously, they weren't able to get to every single burger on the island, right? But I believe they got right around, 15 or so. And so yesterday it occurred to her, wait, did I ever send you the results of that particular study? And so the results have been distributed, and here we have it. So I don't know how easy it is for all y'all to read what we've got going on here, but hold on, let me make sure. All right, yeah. So we've got McDonald's in the first column. We've got Burger King in the second column, Jack in the Box, then Wendy's, then Five Guys, then Wahlburgers, and then we're getting into some local stuff, like Teddy's Bigger Burger, Honolulu Burger Company, Mahaloha, The Daily, Chubby's, W&M, and then we've got two sort of wild cards, which is Tanaka Saimin and Shiggy's. I don't know how to pronounce Shiggy's, but those two places are Saimin joints that also serve hamburgers, and it's a local food tradition to get a cheeseburger, a a Terry burger with your Simon. So these particular burgers were included in the survey, even though also in the survey, French fries were taken into consideration. Well, the 2 burgers from the Simon joints didn't have French fries to be judged with, and oddly enough, they still didn't end up being in the lower half of the rankings. So we will go through just what it is for all these burgers. But before we do that, I'm going to put it back on my face and I'm going to say hello to Pinnell and Marmac. It is quite a chart. We can thank Pacola T for that. And Elaine, Shige. Shige? I'm going to go with Shige until someone spells it differently and points and laughs. So Shige's, I guess, because it's got apostrophe S at the end. That burger apparently was very good. Let me take a look, see here. Yeah, Shige's burger, I think, was one of the better burgers, like one of the top 4 burgers in and of itself. And I'll tell you right now, it don't look like much, but apparently it is delicious. And Marmac, Molly, you have my deepest admiration as I sit here stressing over only my taxes to prep for my CPA. Yeah, I will say, Marmac, not that I am the tax preparer. I do not do that headache-inducing work, but I will admit, in the industry that I work in, i.e. taxes, you do end up absorbing a lot of client stress, here, just let me do this for you. Consequently, I end up getting a lot of, not as much as I used to, but a lot of random bags full of stuff I don't necessarily need, and so I have to go through it. Yeah, I can appreciate how people just going through their stuff is already a stressful thing, because some of our clients literally just cannot do it, and so it falls upon me to open all the envelopes and see what we need and see what we don't need. So yeah, it's definitely, it can be stressful even if you're not doing them. There is still a little bit of stress. And Rick, thank you so much for banning all those people that clearly, could you just try better? Try a little bit harder there, little band bots, little bot bands, whatever the heck you want to call them. So let's see here. Poppy Shaney, you have to put on glasses to see close, and you have to take them off to see close. That's kind of what I've got going on. Once it gets to be so close, it's better for me to take them off. Yeah, I need readers for my readers, for gosh sake, I think is what's going on there. Let's see. Okay, so, let me see if I'm missing anything else. Okay, cool. It looks like we can get back to the important subject. Burgers. And, I would love to say that hamburgers is a topic that we only tackle once a year here at Chatter with Statter, but I think this is probably the 3rd or 4th time that we've tackled this topic, and we've only been hanging out for a year and a half, so perhaps it's an every 4-month topic that we have to come back and talk about the burgers, have to touch base with the burgers. Rick, yeah, I know, just a couple little nasty bots on 10,000 different channels. Oh, Options, so good to see you. Yes, burgers are a great topic. I mean, most people like them. Even vegetarians don't mind them as long as they're vegetarian burgers. However, these are not vegetarian burgers. I mean, some of the pictures that are on that I'm going to be showing you might have a vegetarian burger in there, unbeknownst to me. But generally, I tried to get pictures of burgers from all of the places that Pacola T went to that included French fries and the burger, so we know what we're dealing with, because every place has their own fries and every place has their own different kind of fries. So So, you guys, all right, we're going to go back to the chart, the burger ranking chart. We're going to look at it just a little bit longer, right? Okay, so when it comes to judging these burgers, Nicola T and her husband decided that they were going to judge based on overall appearance. That's worth 5 points. Bun, that's worth 10 points. Meat, which is worth 30 points. Vegetables, worth 15 points. Sauces, worth 10 points. Messiness, worth 5 points. And then burgerness, worth 10 points. I don't know what burgerness means, and I don't really care what burgerness means. I think it is a valid metric to judge a burger by. I don't know exactly what it means, but you know a burger when you meet one. And so let's see here. So that would be if a burger got a perfect score, which by the way none of them did. It would be worth, let's see here, 10, 20, 30, 60, 75, 80. So it looks like if the burger was perfect in all regards, it would be worth 85 points. We do not have a perfect burger. The closest burger we've got to perfect is got a 77 score on the burger alone. Now, the French fries are basically ranked 1 through 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, and throw on, and so on and so forth. So, let's see here. Okay, Marmac, your tax prep stress is over a glitch where my bank changed systems mid-year. A lot of manual input not anticipated. Moving on. Burger debate, much more fun. Absolutely burger debate, much more fun, and oh my goodness, dude. Banks should know better than to switch their systems halfway through the year. What are they thinking? Now, I'm not wagging my finger at you, Marmac. I'm wagging my finger at your bank. So take this waggy finger and point it in the direction of your bank. Now, we're taking the waggy finger away. That's right, we're going to go back to the burgers. All right, so we know what we're talking about now. We know what kind of, what to expect, or what the judgment parameters are, right? Right, here we go. So, I don't think it should come as any surprise to anyone that the lowest ranked burger was also the cheapest burger, the most widely available burger, and honestly the burger with, I would assume, the lowest expectations. You and I all know. You and I all know. That's right. It's McDonald's. It's McDonald's. The McDonald's burger. Now, I don't know what burgers were ordered. I don't know if it was a cheeseburger. I don't know if it was a quarter pounder. I don't know if it was a Big Mac. I don't know. So I just picked a random picture. I wanted to make sure we got the fries in there. I wanted to make sure we got a burger in there. We can all recognize those are McDonald's fries, which, by the way, I think got a 2, which was kind of surprising because usually McDonald's fries are like their saving grace, right? The burger itself got a measly 30 points. Remember, 85 could have been the perfect score. So, so we're talking about a total of 32 points. Not so good. Next one up, and we're going to go in order of burger deliciousness. So, next one up is Jack in the Box. Once again, all y'all, I don't know what burgers Nicola T and her husband ordered. Jack in the Box has about a quadrillion varieties of them. But I can say from the chart that there were some vegetables on the burger, which leads me to believe it wasn't their ultimate cheeseburgers that Nicola T got, because those have no vegetables. Let's see here. So Nicola T, we ordered a basic burger at each place to try and keep it even. I had a feeling that was the case, Nicola T. So I generally tried to pick pictures that had the most basic burger. Now, granted, I know that the quarter pounder with cheese is not the most basic burger, but whatever. So, Jack in the Box, burger 47, 5 fries 3. Total for 50 points. Okay, you guys, now these ones that are at the bottom shouldn't really surprise you. We've got Wendy's next up. Wendy's, the burger, 49 points. I don't know why I'm bothering to tell you all these things because you can actually, like, see what is being said on the screen, but we're saying it anyway. For those of you who are listening, Wendy's had a 49 score on their burger. By the way, you guys, these are scores you're seeing on the screen, not prices. These are scores, all right? So 49 burger, fries 6, total 55. And let's see here. Darlene talking about how you're going to Madison overnight, Friday till Saturday, to spend time with the grandkids, get the Easter treats to them. Perfect. And pick up your cookies you ordered. Excellent. You guys, hold on. We're going to have to stop the burger discussion for a second. When is Easter? Is Easter this weekend? You guys, see, I am just so clueless. I don't have kids, right? So, like, is Easter this weekend? Because it isn't. Wait, Easter can be in April too, right? Wait, when is Easter, you guys? Somebody's got to know. Sounds like Darlene probably knows. Let's see here. So, someone can let me know. Okay, oh, April 9th. Okay, so it's not this weekend. All right, but they're going to be... Okay, but Darlene and Rick are going to be busy that weekend, and so... Okay, this weekend is Palm Sunday. And then next Wednesday, right? That'll be when they're walking around with the smudge on their forehead? Is that how that works, I think? When all the Catholics are have dirty foreheads? I grew up in a town that didn't have a lot of Catholics, and so it's weird to me to see. As a grown-up, there's a lot more Catholics in my town now than there were when I was growing up in a different town. And so I see a lot of people with schmutz on their forehead. And, Ash Wednesday. All right. And I made in college, you guys don't do this. In college, I made the mistake. I was working at the record store. I was working cashier. And I was like, oh, you've got here, let me get that. Oh, no, don't wipe the ashes off. Don't offer to wipe the ashes off. Don't. And, the smudge was Wednesday after Mardi Gras? Oh. Okay, now I'm confused. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? You were lurking, but then you got your full attention at burgers. All right, well... The confusion about Ash Wednesday and Easter has been resolved, so we better get back to the most important topic at hand, which of course is the burgers. All right, so let's see here. We talked about Jack in the Box burgers. We talked about Wendy's burgers. The next one up shouldn't be a surprise. Actually, I was kind of surprised that this one beat out Wendy's, but Burger King, who knew? Burger King, I guess, their fries were good enough that they could do some things and stuff. So, burger, 52 points, fries 5, so total of 57 points for the Burger King. And let me see here what's going on here. All right, now we're getting into more expensive territory, shall we say. So, I personally have never been here, but I've heard of it. It's called Wahlburger. And I guess Donnie Wahlberg, Mark Wahlberg, and their brother and their, I don't know, maybe dad, let's say. I don't know. But, the Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch and the New Kids on the Block guy, their family, they've got a burger joint, right? And so the burger is 52 points, which I think was the same score ranking as the Burger King burger. But this one is a lot more expensive. Fries, though, bring it up to a 58. Now, this one is a burger that is only ranked. Hey, Kayla, how you doing? We're going through our burger rankings, and Bacola T coming in with a detail I didn't notice. Wahlburger was the most pricey. The meal was so disappointing. All right, you guys, well, I'm not the one saying that. I'm just reporting what someone's experience is. But Rick also coming in with Whattaburger lasted 6 months in downtown Milwaukee. We never got there. Whattaburger, I'm sorry, Rick, I just called you Whattaburger. Rick, I'm not at all surprised that Whattaburger didn't necessarily last that long, because you've got a place like Culver's that has a butter burger, and I find it hard to believe that any city that has a butter burger is gonna have any success with a Whattaburger. And let's see, Poppy Shaney went to Whattaburger in Phoenix, rated as just okay on the Poppy Shaney scale. All right, there we go. Now, so Whattaburger, meh, but Tanaka Simon coming in with their Terry burger that looks a whole lot like nothing big or major, coming in at a full-on 61 points. 61 points, and that is without fries to be considered. So we're like halfway through the scale, and every place before this had fries included in their score. And they still managed to score lower than Tanaka Simon. So that salad-looking thing that's on the side, yeah, that's actually the Simon at Tanaka Simon. But it's that Terry burger we're talking about, not the Simon. We're talking about the Terry burger. And Kayla, we're not ranking them. This has already been ranked for us. Picola T went through with her husband a few months ago, and they ranked like 14 or 15 different burger joints. And the results have finally been released to the media being me, and I'm now sharing this important research with the public being you, and we are discussing all of the yumminess that might be a Tanaka Simon burger. So even though you don't think of Simon joints for a burger, apparently if you're in the mood for a Terry burger, Tanaka Simon is kind of where you want to go, you know? There you have it. And Rick coming in, Milwaukee Burger Company in Milwaukee gives Culver's a run for the money because Milwaukee Burger Company serves beer. There you go. I can definitely appreciate that logic. All right, so now we're getting back to a flavor that most of us on the mainland, continental United States, might be familiar with. Five Guys Burger and Fries. It is a chain that is in a lot of different communities. If you need more fries than you can shake a stick at, Five Guys is where you need to go. Five Guys gives you the most fries I've ever seen in the world. I can honestly say that they give, and I never thought I would say these words. I've said them before, I'll say them again. I never thought you could say there's too many fries in this bag. But Five Guys actually has made me say there's too many fries in this bag. And so Picola T, hubby and I would share a burger with fries, then retreat to the car and rate on the spreadsheet. So scientific. That's the most scientificnesses I could hope for with something as important as this, Picola T. And Kayla, In-N-Out Burger is delicious, and I have no doubt in my mind that if Picola T were in California, that In-N-Out would have been included on this list. But alas, In-N-Out Burger does not exist outside of a very small number of markets. I believe In-N-Out is in, obviously we've got California, Southern Oregon, little bit of Las Vegas. I want to say there might be an In-N-Out going on in Texas or something like that. But outside of some very specific markets, In-N-Out just doesn't exist, which is unfortunate, but it means it's not on this particular list. And let's see here. Bobby Shaney, to quote Samuel L. Jackson from Pulp Fiction, he rates the Big Kahuna Burger. Now that's a tasty burger. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly right, Picola T. You had to suffer. You had to suffer for the team. So, all right, so let's see. Where are we? All right, we went to Five Guys, right? We went to Five Guys. Five Guys, good burger. I like Five Guys. Five Guys, good. Total 65, burger 57. All right, so now, if you'll notice, this got a total of 65, so it was higher total than the Tanaka Simon burger, but the Tanaka Simon burger actually got a rank of 61, whereas Five Guys burger alone just a 57. So that Tamaka burger is still actually better than the Five Guys burger. All right, now we're going to a Hawaii, well, I would assume is a Hawaii exclusive restaurant. Ma'aloha burger. Burger ranked 55. Once again, the burger is still ranked lower than that Tamaka Simon burger. The fries were at 7. Those fries look pretty tasty in that picture, I will say. That burger bun looks pretty tasty. Total 62. Now here is Shiges. The burger alone, once again, 67 points. The total, 67. This, I think, was one of the highest, if not the highest ranking. Hold on, let me check. Okay, no, it's not the highest ranking burger, but a burger alone, it is like the 4th highest ranking burger. And like I said earlier, it's really not anything to look at. I mean, like, I would not have assumed that this burger would be capable of such a great score. But even without fries to judge it with, it still gets a higher score than more than half of the burgers on here. And Kevin, are you serious? In-N-Out is opening a regional headquarters in Nashville? So they are going to go to the East Coast. Okay. All right, let's see here. And Kayla, you have this burger place in California that's good. It's expensive. It's called the Big Mac and Cheese Burger. It has mac and cheese with bacon bits. That sounds yummy, but it also sounds a little bit like too much, you know? But I definitely would like to try it. I probably wouldn't want to eat the whole thing, but I definitely want to try it. And Bobby Shaney, the reason In-N-Out is not everywhere is they're very particular on getting fresh produce almost daily. Produce supply chain is a huge reason of why they where they will and will not expand. Your golf buddy is a regional In-N-Out burger manager. Bobby Shaney, I didn't realize that it was the produce that was the sticky wicket. I did know that they generally like to be within 8 hours of, or 24-hour drive or something of a distribution facility. And so they do limit because they want everything fresh. I was under the impression that it was a meat issue, not a produce issue. But what your buddy says is very consistent with what that company has always said in regards to why they are in such limited markets, because freshness is absolutely like of paramount importance to that particular chain. And so let's see here. Picola T, though, Picola T's got herself a theory. All right, let's see here. What's Picola T's theory? There's something about the cooking method at Simon joints, like a smash burger on the flat top, all crispy outside, juicy inside. Okay, all right, yeah, that totally makes sense. And you know, once the grill or the wok or the pan gets, you know, seasoned a certain way, it gets the flavor of the history, and oh yeah, I can see how that could make. I can see how, you know, the Simon joints could have the good wok hay is what they refer to it as when it's the essence of your wok. It gives good wok hay. It's basically wok magic. And so let's see here. Kayla, oh, it's the Backwoods Burger is where the Big Mac and Cheese is at. And let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So getting back to the most important topic at hand. That's right. Let's see. Where did we left off? We left off at this unassuming burger that apparently is one of the tastiest burgers on the list. Now, this burger, okay, I only could grab this picture because I couldn't find any other picture of their fries. This is a place called W&M, and if I remember correctly, it's a really old school drive-in, like walk-up drive-in type place. Amanda and Felix Eats have reviewed this place and are really in love with it. For those of you who don't know who Amanda and Felix Eats are, they're a YouTube couple, content creator, foodies who go around Oahu and basically talk about the local foods, the local places to get food. Sometimes they're super cheap. Sometimes they're bento boxes. Sometimes it's plate lunch. Sometimes it's street food. Other times it's really expensive, like hoity-toity $100 buffet for breakfast kind of thing. So they cover the range of restaurants, and W&M is one of them that they have been to on their show, and I know that they enjoyed it immensely, and so I'm really happy to see that this one not only made it on the list, but actually the burger, 64 points. That is a dang fine burger, and the French fries, almost perfection, 8 points out of 10, and so we're bringing 72 points. Plus, you've got, as Pukola T just said, her hubby's favorite mac salad. It's creamy and it's crab flavored. That is weird, Pukola T. I have never heard of such shenanigans. On the other hand, I love crab, and so I think I might have to try that crab salad, that mac salad, because that sounds delicious. And let's see here. Kayla, question: does a pineapple belong in a burger? Because at that burger place, there's this burger called Kahuna Burger. Kayla, as far as I'm concerned, a pineapple does not belong on a burger. That being said, there are plenty burger places that put pineapple on burgers, so somebody somewhere must think they belong there. And let's see here. Darlene, first meal once we get there will be from Ted's Bakery on the North Shore, a minute down the road. Yeah, Ted's Bakery, from what I was watching, I don't remember if it was, I think it was Amanda and Felix Eats, actually. It was either that or Photo Luke, but I think it was Amanda and Felix Eats. Got a sandwich from Ted's Bakery that, I know that Ted's Bakery is known for their baked goods and their, pies and things. Whatever sandwich it was that they got, and I wish I could remember, literally, I wanted that sandwich in my mouth yesterday. I was watching them eat it, and it was like, how soon can I fly out just to get that one burger or that one sandwich? Oh, I wish I could remember what it's called. I might have to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole on Ted's menu to see if I can get that sandwich for you, so you can try it for me, Darlene and or Rick. And Kayla, you never tried Ted's Bakery? Well, it's a bakery on the North Shore. I believe they're famous for pies. I believe their pies used to be sold in Foodland, and you could get slices of their pies, I believe, at 7-Eleven. But then they had, during the COVID situation, that whole supply chain situation kind of broke down. So now I think you can only get all the pies at Ted's again. But basically, though, Ted's is a North Shore, an iconic North Shore institution that anybody who's lived on the island for any amount of time, they will know what Ted's is. And let's see here. All right. So, okay, cool. So Pukola T is telling Darlene and Rick, second meal, Shige's in Wahiawa. Yes, and then Rick just found that on Google Maps. And let's see here. Poppy Shaney, you're meeting several pilots from work this evening at a place called Cattleman's Steakhouse. You're gonna have to try their burger. Yeah, after this show, you just might be in the mood for a burger. Okay, Darlene, so you're confirming that I'm not making it up. Ted is known for their pies. Ted's Bakery is known for their pies. Yeah, I want to say it's like their chocolate halpia pie is like their super well-known one, but the pies in general are like the yummiest pies on the island, as Darlene just said. All right, so let's see here. All right, so we've got, there we go. We've got Shige's. Shige's is, like I said, blah, blah, blah. All right, and we've got W&M. There we are. We're getting near the end, you guys. Oh, I know we've spent a lot of, imagine that. We spent a lot of time talking about burgers. Okay, now the next burger is Honolulu Burger Company. And that burger got a 71. So now we're like getting into the creme de la creme of the burgers. 71. The French fries look like a nice little shoestring. And Andy Bumatai here, have you heard of the guava cream pies at McDonald's? Of course I have. Of course I have, and I'm extraordinarily jealous that I am not in Hawaii right now to take advantage of them. They've been, I don't know, I would like to think that my Google and YouTube feeds and Facebook feeds know that I'm located in Seattle, but I have been getting nothing but ads for those stupid guava cream pies at McDonald's in my internet feed. So somebody somewhere in the internet universe must think that I'm like not in Seattle. Yeah, there we have it. But no, I am. We don't have guava cream pies here. And Pinnell, best burger in Toronto, used to be Fatso's. Had good looking guys wearing shirts that said thick and juicy. There you go. There you go. And by the way, Andy, I don't think I said hello. So hello. Thank you so much for stopping in. Hope you and James are getting ready for your stream coming up in about an hour and 20 minutes or so, hour and a half, 2 hours sometime. You know when. And I'll be there, but whatever. So let's see here. I don't know what Picola Tea and Poppy Shane are talking about, but it sounds like some airport expertise. So we're going to let them have that topic. We're going back. All right, Honolulu Burger, we got it. All right, now you guys, the final three. We've got Teddy's Burgers. Burger had 68 points. The fries, however, though, brought it up to a total of 77 because their fries were the best ranked fries of all the fries that Picola Tea and her husband had on that 14 joint spreadsheet. So, so if you're in the mood for some good French fries, apparently Teddy's Burger is where you need to go. And let's see here. All right, so the final two, you guys. We've got Chubby's Burger, which was 76. 76 points. The fries, a crinkle cut fry, loving me the crinkle cuts, are 8 points total. So we're looking at a total score of 84. And I have to say, I do like the looks of the lettuce that they've got on those burgers. Sometimes the lettuce can really be off-putting. Like, for instance, actually, no offense, but the lettuce here is just not really appetizing to me. But apparently it's all about the meat there, so there we go. And you guys, I know you've been waiting with bated breath. The most bestest burger on the island, according to this particular spreadsheet of all scientificnesses, is the Daily Burger. Closest to perfection you could possibly get, which was 77 points out of 85. I've never heard of the Daily Burger, but it looks like they do a little smashy smash action maybe. And they've got the beautiful crinkle cuts. So, the Daily Burger, hey, Kayla, I've never heard of it. So I'm going to assume it's maybe a Hawaii exclusive, but Picola Tea might know that it's got a chain elsewhere. Other people might be like, oh, dude, no, that's based out of Chicago. What are you talking about? I don't know, but this Daily Burger, Picola Tea might have to come in with the details because this Daily Burger really does look like a darn good burger. I mean, from the meat and the cheese meltiness, and okay, Daily Burger is a one and only in downtown Honolulu. All right, you guys, you heard it here first and only, downtown Honolulu, Daily Burger. Daily Pigeon might need to go visit the Daily Burger just to, just so they can meet up, basically. And Rick, the best burger is the one I can get in my hand and take one good bite of. Fair enough, fair enough. And Pacola T, you're saying that the Chubby's Burgers is pretty close to In-N-Out for taste and style. Good to know, good to know. I will definitely take your word for that because you've been to California enough to know, well, no, and you've been to Las Vegas enough to be familiar enough with that In-N-Out, that specific In-N-Out style. But yeah, let's take one more look at this beautiful daily burger, shall we? Shall we take a look at that beautiful burger and those beautiful crinkle cut fries? All right, so that, my friends, is how the burger ranked. That is the paperwork that backs up the pictures of all the yummy burgers that we just looked at today. And so, Pacola T, you lived in California and Vegas, so In-N-Out is a regular stop. Perfect. Yeah, I had a feeling you had a multitude of reasons why you could give, like, oh yeah, I've got opinions on In-N-Out. I can give them. I've only been to In-N-Out twice in my life, and I've only had their burgers there one time. I had their animal style fries there another time. And I'll tell you what, you guys, dude, animal style fries, like, geez, that's a meal in and of itself. So if you, like, think that you're just gonna get something light by having animal style fries, think again. It's like 3 different meals all packed in one trough. Let's see here. Yeah, Darlene exactly wants to thank Pacola T for all her hard work. Indeed, as does the rest of the Statterbox crew, I think. And Pacola T, you're deciding your next scientific-ish tasting tour, perhaps pho noodle soup. Perhaps, I'm gonna leave that up to you. Although, I don't know how many pho places you've got in your area, but, and I know you know this, Pacola T, but if you're gonna do a pho taste test, you might want to just wait till you're up in the Puget Sound, because I think in my town alone, there's probably like 12 different pho spots. I know that 3 of them are literally within the same shopping center, and that's not even including White Center or West Seattle. I mean, you know that pho is basically the soup of the Puget Sound. It's very difficult to find a ramen spot in the Puget Sound. It's getting easier, but they're not that common. Simon spot, oh, forget about it. But pho, oh, you can't throw a stick and not hit a pho shop. I mean, there are so many flippin' pho shops. So what I'm thinking, Pacola T, is instead of pho, from what okay, well, first off, I don't know if you can do this, now that I think about it, but from what I understand, a lot of different places on the islands do garlic shrimp in different ways. Like, they all have their own little garlic shrimp, but some of them do it with the skin on, or shell on, some of them do it with the shell off, some of them do it breaded, some of them don't do it breaded, blah, blah, blah. So, may I suggest to you, if there is no shellfish allergy in your family, may I humbly suggest one day a scientificness about the garlic shrimps. Obviously, you don't have to do what I suggest, but if you don't do what I suggest, maybe you could do a taste test just to prove me wrong. Oh no, this isn't good at all. We already ate it to prove it. That's it. So, all right, let's see here. Rick, I see you've been paying attention. Isn't that just garlic shrimp scampi? Good one, Rick. Good one. Yes, technically it's not garlic shrimp scampi. For those of you who don't know, what in the flying fork is she giggling about there? Scampi, as it turns out, isn't the sauce that you put on the shrimp. Scampi's actually like the meat that's supposed to be in shrimp scampi. You don't use shrimp, you use the scampi. So there you go. Talked about that the other day. Rick was paying attention. And let's see here. Oh, Picola tea. So many varieties of garlic shrimp plates. We'll have to think of standard measure to be scientifical-ish. Exactly. Because you cannot apply the burgeriness metric to the shrimp scale. There's no conversion. I've looked up the charts and I've checked my footnotes, and I can't find the conversion table between burgeriness and shrimpicalness. So, yeah, I think they're different metrics entirely. You can't convert. You're going to need two different toolboxes. You need the burger toolbox, you're going to need the shrimp toolbox. Andy, the shrimp scale would be smaller. And let's see here. Darlene, the shrimp or prawn quality, size, etc. if cooked right, don't want rubbery from overcooking. True, and you don't want undercooking because that'll give you a tummy ache at best. At best. And, yeah, so, all right then. Okay. All right, so, phew, we got through that huge segment thanks to Quality. Quality is the one who, yes indeedy, if you are craving a burger today, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's Quality's fault. And Kevin, Bob's Big Boy Hawaii had great burgers. Now, is that the same Bob's Big Boy that used to be, that maybe still is in the United States? You know, the one with the checkered pants, or, you know, and the... I feel like there used to be a burger joint on the continental United States that might have been called Bob's Big Boy. I might be making that up. I'm very good at making things up. So, yeah, if somebody can confirm or deny my unscientificalness hypothesis. Okay, so Kevin. Okay, so Marmac, coming in, yes. Kevin, coming in, yes. But the Hawaii location burnt down. Got it. Okay. Same Bob's Big Boy. All right. I don't think we had too many, if any, in the Pacific Northwest. That's why I'm having a little bit of trouble, because I feel like I only know about it through, like, media. And then it's like, wait, did that really exist? Or am I just making that up? And, okay, so Big Boys were all over the place in the 60s and the 70s. You know, obviously I'm not old enough to make any comment about the 60s because I wasn't born then. But gosh, I just don't remember it being in the Seattle area in the 70s. Doesn't mean it wasn't. Just means I don't remember. Exactly, before my time. A little bit. All right, so now we've got Ashes coming in for her usual check. All right, so nobody got to see Ashes. Never mind. She decided she didn't want to do a screen test today. And Panel, you used to like A&W burgers. Haven't had one for years. Yeah, A&W, I don't know. In Canada, I think it's different. I don't know why I think that, but in Canada, I think it's different. But in the United States, A&W is now owned by Yum Brands, and so sometimes you'll see A&Ws paired with other Yum brand restaurants. For instance, in White Center, there's an A&W / Kentucky Fried Chicken that works out of the same restaurant. And like sometimes you'll see like a Taco Bell KFC, because Taco Bell is also part of the Yum brand situation, or a Taco Bell Pizza Hut, also a Yum brand situation, and A&W apparently is one of those, part of that conglomerate in the United States. In Canada, I feel like it's maybe its own thing. I feel like Vanilla Coke Pepsi talked about this once on this stream, and if not this stream, it was on Andy's stream. And so, gall dang it, where is that little pesky teenager from Canada? We might need to consult with that guy. And let's see here, Kevin, you think Shoney's was sister to Bob's? I will believe you. Mostly because I don't even know what a Shoney's is. What? I feel like Shoney's... Why do I want to think that Shoney's is like a Denny's? Or like a Sherry's? Probably because Shoney's and Sherry's sounds alike? What is a Shoney's, you guys? What is a Shoney's? And Pinnell, you don't know, but you think it's still separate up there? Yeah, totally. Oh, Picola T, Shoney's is a southern buffet restaurant where you can get meat in threes. Oh. I definitely don't know anything about that. Sort of like Luby's in Texas, I guess. It's like maybe a cafeteria style thing or something. Which, by the way, I've never been to Luby's either, but apparently Luby's is really tasty. One of my friends from Texas, she was craving it so bad, but she couldn't leave work. And then she found out that Luby's delivered, which I really didn't understand. Anyway, she was very happy when she got her Luby's delivered to her workplace. I got to read all about it on her Facebook feed that day, from start to finish. And so most are gone nowadays. Got it. Okay. And Pinnell, the KFCs up in up in Canada have been closing. Oh wow, that's so weird. That is just so strange. To me, KFC is just so... I mean, that'd be like McDonald's closing. Like, what? What's going on? So, all right. Learning about new old restaurants is what I'm doing today. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm learning about new old restaurants. All right. So, okay. Let's see. We have talked about some yummy stuff. So our belly is either pretend full or screaming empty right now. So why don't we take a little Lono listening break? You can go grab a snacky poo if you need to, or maybe grab a little sody pop to wash the pretend burger down. And we're going to be listening to Lono's On a Powwow because it's about Charlet brand cattle. And, you know, we're talking about cows and how we eat them. So it seemed like the appropriate song for the day. All right. Let's do our Lono listening break, and we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Okay, some of my childhood raised here on Molokai, Pu'uohoku Ranch, 14,000 acres, 7,200 head of Charlet brand cattle from Canada. There's a cowboy there, Paniolo, named Imonaki, James Imonaki, one of the oldest cowboys on the ranch. But as a kid, I got to work with him, putting up fence posts, hanging gates, fixing pipelines. And he kind of talk like this. He talk like this. He got the gravel voice. I'm gonna use his voice on this song. Let's go, gang. Paula, lo iho oe ana paola. Ila lo loa oe ana paola. Ila lo iho oe ana paola. Ila lo loa iho ana paola. That one? E kalole ana paola, e salika e kalole ana paola. E aha e kalole ana paola, e salika e kalole ana paola. Aina kuku mai ana paola, ana paola kaleva ana paola. Aina kuku mai ana paola, ana paola kaleva ana paola. Ele andare. Ikino. Oyo. Hey!
All right, there you go. There you go. Yeah, exactly. Lono's a good singer. He practices lots. He does, for sure. And so scrolled back up, and Pocola T, I think that Korean chicken idea actually might really, they're, aside from the Statterbox crew, who obviously would be an audience for that, I think actually the Korean fried chicken scientifical study is a very worthwhile pursuit to get some grant money for, because it really does seem to be the next style of fried chicken. It's getting to be everywhere. Jollibee isn't the only place. Well, first off, Jollibee is obviously Filipino style fried chicken, but Jollibee and a bunch of other places are doing that kind of different kind of fried chicken. And I can't remember what Korean fried chicken chain it was that hit Connecticut, but there is a foodie on YouTube called I think he's called Dame or something, Dame Drops, and he is this big old black dude who went and there's a reason why I mentioned his race, okay? Because he went to this Korean fried chicken place, and he was all, before he went in there, he's just like, I don't know if Koreans can, what was he saying? He's like, I don't know if Koreans can take the crown away from black folk when it comes to fried chicken. And then he ate the fried chicken, and he's just like, oh, I think the Koreans can take the crown away from the black people when it comes to fried chicken. He really enjoyed himself. He thought that fried chicken was some good chicken. So I thought that was his commentary on it was so funny. I wish I could remember the content creator's name so I could refer him to you guys, because he really is a funny content creator. I mean, he just does food reviews, but he's quite he will tell you if it is nasty. Like, he goes into the bathrooms and looks to see how clean it is. And I mean, he full on no holds barred. If someplace is all he will let you know, And so here we go. Ash is coming in for her photo shoot. And let's see here. Yeah, I think you're right. Zippy's did have Korean fried chicken. Yeah, Kevin, they had Korean fried chicken. Only they called it Korean fried chicken. They do. I mean, they did when I was there, and I was there only like 9 months ago. I'm assuming they still have it. So yeah, Pacola T, I'm putting my money on the Korean fried chicken as maybe your next scientificness. But you know what? You and your husband obviously are the ones who need to decide where you're going to research, what you're going to research. And let's see here. Pacola T, nope, that's where I draw the line. Not doing a Lou review. Fair enough. And yep, you guys, this is Ashes saying hello. Wanting all the attentions in the world. Let's see if I can get her. Let's see if I can get her to say hi. So let's see here. The lighting is not very good, so you can barely see her wide, scary eyes. Yeah, and so speaking of my kitties, you guys, it was kind of funny. So, you know what they do. I mean, it's what did my dishwasher in to begin with. You know what these guys do. They flippin' brought in a rat. Not last night, but the night before. Normally, if they had done their jobs, I wouldn't mind. But they brought in a rat that wasn't quite done yet. So it was a toy. And the toy got away from them. In my bedroom. I was very annoyed. And my cats are smart. They know that I was annoyed. Oh yeah, they know, they realized that they went and done did wrong. Oh yeah, they went and done did wrong, and they were on high alert for the rest of the day and the rest of the night. Well, last night, I was dead asleep, and Dusty comes up onto my bed and starts tapping my shoulder, tapping my face, tapping my back, tapping my leg. He spent so much time trying to wake me up, and I only know that he spent so much time trying to wake me up because I just remember him with one little claw poking me in all these different places until I finally did, he finally roused me. But I know he was trying to wake me up for quite some time, which is unusual. He does not do that. That's not his style at all. So I finally wake up and I'm like, what? He wanted to show me something. He wanted to show me what he did. He finished the job like he should have the night before. So I was so proud of him. I was so proud that he was smart enough to know that I was really annoyed and that I wanted to see that the job was done. And then he finished the job and said, "Look, Mom, all done, all pow for you." And so I gave him good loves and then took care of everything. And exactly, Ed Boxa, good to see you here, and rat in the bedroom. Oh, exactly. It was. But like I said, while I was asleep, they took care of it. Granted, it took about 24 hours before they took care of it, but it was taken care of. And I was very proud of that. And I was also very proud that he knew that he had done wrong, and he knew he needed to fix it. And he did. He fixed it very, very well. So, yeah, exactly, Darlene. At least no more rat getting around, because here's the deal. You never know where those rats end up. Sometimes they might end up in places that you wouldn't think, like your dishwasher. And let me just tell you right now, if any rat gets into my brand new dishwasher, okay, it's not brand new anymore, but I don't care. It's going to be brand new for the next 10 years as far as I'm concerned. And if any rat gets into my brand new dishwasher, well, then I'll have to go get a new dishwasher, I guess. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't think I'm ever going to try to fix a dishwasher again. Good Lord. Kenny from the Cove coming in a little bit tardy to the party, but finally made it. How's it, Satterbox crew? Good to see you, Kenny. You missed. Well, I hope that you were done. I hope that you were eating your dinners to your fills, because if you weren't, this show would have made you hungry, because Pocola Tea went and ranked 14 different burgers from 14 different restaurants, and we literally went through all 14 of them, and we're looking right here on the burger ratings from McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box, Wendy's, Five Guys, etc., from the nationwide chains to the local deliciousness. We went through and talked about all of the burgers and all of how they were good or bad or ugly, and how one of the ugliest burgers was actually one of the best burgers out there. So if you're in the mood for a burger recap, a burger nightcap, as it were, maybe, Kenny, we can always catch you can always catch the repeat of this particular burger countdown. And if you ever are planning on coming to Oahu, you should check out the burger countdown so you know where to get the tastiest burgers. But you just got back from out of town funeral and you're starving like Marvin. Well, I'm sorry that you had to go to a funeral today. That is no fun. And I'm also sorry that you are starving like Marvin. But you are saying that Whattaburger rules the burger world. Well, not on the particular burger scene that we're talking about, because there is no Whattaburger in Hawaii. So, Whattaburger did not get part of the rankedness. However, if it were part of the market share that Pocola Tea was in, I have no doubt that Pocola Tea would have included Whattaburger in her scientificness. But alas, Whattaburger is only in Texas, isn't it? Or is there Whattaburger like in New Orleans or like Louisiana or around Texas, or is it only Texas? Because I feel like it's only Texas, like not even Oklahoma. Which I know for some Texas people, to include Oklahoma in as Texas kind of is offensive, but I did that on purpose. And so, okay, Florida has Whattaburger, California has Whattaburger, Arizona has Whattaburger. Okay, so they're expanding. Gotcha. All right. Well, I wonder if Whattaburger's ever gonna hit the Northwest, because I don't think we've got any here that I know of, at least. So, I don't know why I associate Whattaburger with a really mustardy burger. Do they put a lot of mustard on their burger? I feel like the burger I had at Whattaburger was very mustardy. But I also feel like I've only been there like once or twice. And I feel like I really might be making up what I just said in my head. So yes, for those of you who are familiar with Whattaburger, is it mustard heavy? Am I a liar? Or am I a liar and yes, indeed, it is mustard heavy? Let's find out, shall we? Okay, Kenny from the Cove, mustard is the standard condiment on a Whattaburger. Okay, so I'm not making that up. Everything else remains to be seen. Everything else remains to be seen. Yes, indeed. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so while we don't have Whattaburger in my neck of the woods, what we do have in my neck of the woods is a stand-alone little burger joint called Smokey's. And Smokey's has one of my favorite burgers, and Smokey's burger is what I had to prepare for this particular broadcast. And this is my Smokey burger that I had earlier today, and I'm still bursting at the seams. And if that doesn't look like a gosh darn good gosh darn burger, well, I don't know what looks like a good gosh darn burger, because to me, that looks like a good gosh darn burger. And that, my friends, is a smoky burger. Smoky burger. But Cola Tea, you're hitting Frisco Freeze in June when we're in Tacoma. Might have the preemptive Pepto-Bismol beforehand. Yes. All right. So most everybody else on this stream has no idea what you're talking about. Cola Tea. You and I both know that. But Frisco Freeze is a Tacoma. It's an iconic Tacoma burger joint. I think there's only one in the world. I think it's in Tacoma, and I don't know what it is about their burgers that are so delicious. They're very, very simple, old-fashioned drive-in kind of place. So flippin' good. Now, I know you guys. If you've been around Chatter with Statter, you've heard me talk about burgers before, and you've also heard me talk about Zippy's Giant Burgers. Zippy's Giant Burgers used to be a burger place in White Center, owned by one of my friends from back in the day who used to be the singer for The Accused, Blaine Cook, aka Zippy the Pinhead, and Zippy's Giant Burgers, no relation to Zippy's in Hawaii, was voted one of the best burgers in the Seattle area. The only burger to come close to what Zippy's was deemed as the pinnacle of pinnacleness was the Frisco Freeze burger out of Tacoma. So that's how good the Frisco Freeze burger is. Very different burger than the Zippy style burger, but as Pacola T just said, they've been around since the 50s. And they're a Tacoma iconic restaurant. If you guys ever do come up to the Pacific Northwest, and you want to kind of get some real legit, if you want a local, just be like, huh, how'd you know about that? Tell them you're gonna go to Tacoma to go to Frisco Freeze. They will just be like, all right then, California person. We might have some respect for you after all. You actually know about the Frisco Freeze. So yeah, if you want to act like a local, throw down the Frisco Freeze situation, and you might get some local respect. Maybe. Don't count on it, but it's gonna be the quickest route to get there. And let's see here. So, wow, Kenny, the Longhorn Malt Shop in San Antonio on Military Drive makes the only double cheeseburger that was so big you couldn't finish it in one sitting. Wow. And Rick, so Rick and Darlene prepped for this stream yesterday, and it looks like they had the homemade grass-fed burgers. Awesome. Okay, so Stream Elements suddenly decided to tell me when people start following. So, Actioneer, thank you so much for following. I am super stoked that you are here and following now for Chatter with Statter. Thank you so much for being here. And Pacola T, Kenny, you had me at Malt Shop. I know, right? Totally. Give me a good old. I don't actually like malts because I don't like the malt powder, but I mean, whatever. If it's a malt shop, they've got regular milkshakes too. So let's do that. Let's do that right now. And Kenny from the Cove, it's everything you think of when you hear malt shop. Perfect. And Kevin, do they still have cheeseburger in Paradise? It's a really good question. I don't remember seeing any when I was down in Oahu, but I also wasn't in a lot of really touristy. I kind of avoided where there would be a cheeseburger in Paradise. I mean, I've eaten there when I was in Maui in Lahaina. I ate there once. Good burger. And I have to say, as cheesy as, no pun intended on that one, as cheesy as the idea is, to have a Jimmy Buffett cheeseburger in paradise, restaurant. It's also very logical, and whoever thought of that, kind of a brilliant marketer, not gonna lie. And so, oh look, in Waikiki and Lahaina, the two most, well, maybe not most tourist areas on the islands, because Kihei probably could be considered a little more touristy than Lahaina, maybe, but top two of the top 5 most touristy areas on the island have a cheeseburger in paradise. So there we go. Not at all surprised about that. All right, so let's see here. And Kenny from the Cove, thanks for the old SNL skit. You really want to get a cheeseburger at the Billy Goat Tavern in Chicago? I don't understand the humor in that skit at all. I don't understand the humor in that skit at all. It's just a silly, I mean, I don't understand the humor in that skit at all. I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you go there and order something other than a cheeseburger and a Coke if all they serve is cheeseburger and a Coke? I don't get it. I just don't get it. The joke just goes, I don't get it. And exactly, Coke, no Pepsi. Yeah, I mean, I know the skit. I think we all know the skit. And, yeah, no fries, just chips. Yeah, that skit just never landed with me. Yeah. Oh well. But I do have to wonder, if they only make cheeseburgers, they better be good, right? I mean, and if it's a good cheeseburger, well then I guess I want to try it. There you go. And let's see here. Excuse me. So Bacola T, how many of you put mayo or vinegar on your fries instead of ketchup? I like to do a combo of mayo and ketchup on my French fries, or malt vinegar on my French fries. But I don't know if I've ever tried. I think the only vinegar that I've ever tried on my French fries is malt vinegar. When you say vinegar, quality, did you just sort of imply malt vinegar, or do other people use different types of vinegar, like white vinegar or apple cider vinegar? Do other people use different kinds of vinegar on their fries, or is it just like we all have an understanding it's malt vinegar you use on your fries, right? So Marmac, you love tartar sauce and fries? I do too, usually, but actually, funny you should say that. I ordered some tartar sauce with that hamburger that I got earlier, and it was really gross. So I didn't like it on those fries, but that was just because it was gross tartar sauce, not because of, it was gross tartar sauce. Let's see here. Kevin, you love curly fries dipped in buttermilk ranch dressing. Why do I get the feeling that you get that at Jack in the Box? Kevin, is that your order at Jack in the Box? Buttermilk ranch dressing sounds awfully like a Jack in the Box topping. Curly fries sound an awful lot like something you can get at Jack in the Box. I'm just guessing it is Jack in the Box French fries you're talking about. And Marmac, malt vinegar is what you're talking about. Bacola T, you think it's a Northwest thing, right? Bacola T, actually, my mom in Canada, I always thought it was a Canadian thing and or a fish and chips thing. Because you can always, it seems like fish and chips places always have the malt vinegar, right? But I never really thought of it as a Pacific Northwest thing, but maybe it is. My mom being from Vancouver, I just call it a Canadian thing. And Rick, no fries. You're darn healthy eating, so you're just stuck with the burgers, huh? Huh, Rick? And, okay, so Kevin, yes, but there's no... Huh? Confused puppy, look. There's no Jack's in where you're at, so Arby's is your go-to? That is the strangest thing. Jack in the Box, I think, is the most prolific fast food restaurant in this area, in my area. Like the two closest fast food restaurants to my house that I can walk to in two different directions is Jack in the Box. Like, Jack in the Box is the most common fast food restaurant, and I didn't really realize that they weren't everywhere. And, okay, so Pinnell thinks vinegar is the Canadian thing, but Picola Tea is like, no, not the vinegar, the tartar sauce. Oh, I don't know, man. I always thought it was a stoner thing, but there's a lot of stoners in the Pacific Northwest, so maybe the tartar sauce is a stoner thing from the Pacific Northwest. Got it. We were missing the train of thought here. And Kenny from the Cove, exactly. Jack in the Box is the king of late night stoner chow. Oh, absolutely. They make no bones about that. I mean, they market towards that. I mean, first off, they've literally got things on their menu called a Munchies box. And then there's like the super big Munchies box, and then there's the after hours Munchies meal. I mean, I don't actually know exactly what they're called, but when I drive by Jack in the Box, they've got all the little ads on the windows, and Munchie Box and Munchies meal seem to be every other window. Yeah, they are the king of the late night stoner chow. And let's see. What? Okay, Picola Tea, you're either banned from the stream or you'll always have to be here. I'm not sure how to feel about that. White clam chowder on top of french fries, instant seafood poutine. I've never tried that. I didn't even need to have that cross my mind. I'm already fat enough. My belly is so full from the burger that I already ate. And yet, I want to go out right now and get some white clam chowder and put it on top of some french fries. Instant seafood poutine. Wow, that sounds like a delicious heart attack. And no, Kevin, I've never tried a Wagyu beef burger. I've never tried Wagyu beef anything. And for all of you who are like, what in the flying fork is poutine or poutine, however you want to pronounce it, it's a Canadian dish. It's a Midwestern dish, a Midwestern Canadian dish of French fries, cheese curds, and some gravy at the most basic. And there's obviously variants. Sometimes they don't use cheese curds, they just use shredded cheese, but the curds are really how it is apparently, really, really, really. And then of course there's the Picola Tea, there we go, to make it sound fancy. The Picola Tea version of the Pacific. Now, this I will claim as Pacific Northwest, even though I just heard of it thanks to Picola Tea right now. Pacific Northwest poutine is clam chowder over french fries. That is Pacific Northwest poutine. There we go. And don't forget the cold beer to wash it down. You got it. Yes, indeed. And Kenny from the Coast, Jack in the Box and Taco Bell, keeping stoners happily fed since, well, we can't remember when. That's exactly right, my friend. That is exactly right. All right, we are facing down the bottom of the hour. And if you aren't filled to the gut yet, well, you're going to leave this stream, go fill your belly, and then come back a half hour later so we can hang out once more with Andy Boomatai's Daily Pigeon Live podcast. Daily Pigeon Live podcast this particular week isn't doing any TV. So it's just chat, it's just videos, it's us hanging out like the old days. And James Mane will be there, and I'll be there. My best guess is Andy Boomatai might be there. I mean, he was here for a minute, but he might be there too. So why don't we all find out? Go get yourself some Pacific Northwest poutine, or get yourself a Whattaburger. Or if you want to be healthy, maybe go get some curly fries and dip them in buttermilk ranch. Wait, that's not healthy. All right, there we go. These are the plans that we have. So we'll see you guys hopefully in 30 minutes on either Twitch or YouTube. And if all y'all are watching this on a repeat, we might not see you in 30 minutes, but you might be able to check it out on Andy Boomatai's pages because it'll probably be rebroadcasting. And if you are watching this on a repeat, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, etc., etc. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for chatting. Thank you all for subbing and resubbing. And thank you guys mostly for the great chat today because, you know, we can't have a chat show without the chatterbox. All right, y'all. See you soon. Take care.